everyone. Today is Sunday, February 8th, 2026. Time is around 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And the temperature is 10 degrees Celsius here in Vancouver. Hello to Jazz and Jets Level and Ethan and Juanita. Welcome everyone. It's a very nice day here in Vancouver, British Columbia of 10 degrees Celsius and sunny skies. Hello, Rich. We have Dutchman with us. Welcome, Dutchman. Rich said, I know if you were in Frisco, you'd be showing everything that's happening at the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday today. That's right. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to everyone. Yeah, I probably would go down there to Santa Clara. Maybe not. It would probably be too busy for me to even... I suppose I would maybe take like SkyTrain. What's it called? Caltrain. I could have taken Caltrain to show the festivities. But to be 100% honest with you, I won't even be watching the Super Bowl. I didn't even remember it was today until just before, like about an hour ago. I was like, oh yeah, today's the Super Bowl. GF Hondo, Caltrain, and stop off in San Mateo to visit you. Oh yeah, I would have, George, absolutely, if I was still there. Got two doggies here wagging their tongues. We're starting out in the Hastings Sunrise neighborhood. Nice colored condos there. We've got Justin Berg. Good afternoon, sir. There's a bar called the Alcove in the Atrium Hotel. The Alcove is pretty good. We've got Mark M in the house. And Medano's with us. Welcome, Medano. Looks like the gasoline prices have kind of gone up quite a bit recently. $1.62, $1.63 per liter. This is Renfrew Street. Skyline there. It's really coming up. In fact, the tallest building in the Lower Mainland is actually in Burnaby. Who's in the Super Bowl again? Is it the New England Patriots and someone else? Average price for a single-family home in Vancouver is asking George. Around 1.2 million. But that would include for a single-family home, no. For 1.2 million would include condos. So a single-family home like this one, like one of these Vancouver specials, these are at least 2 million. This one here would go for minimum $2 million, and it's pretty old too, so it's not even really that. The land itself, this particular plot of land that this house is sitting on, is at least 1.6 million. The house is basically worth nothing. All the value in Vancouver is in the land. 2 million Canadian, yes, Brad, 2 million Canadian, not US. Patriots and Seahawks. Ah, okay, so that's why a guy was wearing a Seahawks jersey right walked by. I believe there's a lot of Seahawks fans in Vancouver. That's like there's a lot of Buffalo fans in Toronto. I'm not a fan of either of those teams. I actually like the New England Patriots when I used to follow football back in the day of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. Like even this house would be like 1.6 million Canadian, because even though it's like just a little old piece of, I mean, this house needs work, right? Like, but the land itself is 1.6. Because if there was no house at all on that land, it would still be 1.6 million. If someone were to buy a house like this, like that's built from, you know, got in the 50s or whatever, this is going to be torn down in 2 seconds, and they're going to put They're going to put not just a single family home on there. They'll put a duplex and a laneway home. So basically they'll have like 4, maybe even 5 units. They'll have a multiplex and a laneway house, I mean. So they'll have a duplex that has a multiplex that has 4 units. And then they'll have a laneway house at the back, because all these streets have laneways. And that's where everyone parks, is behind the house, right? So you can actually build a whole house back there called a laneway house if you want. You can have people renting it out there too. So you could have up to 5 units on one plot of land. In fact, there is something exactly like that over on my street where I live, and that they recently built. So that's why the land is worth so much. Patriots have a rookie quarterback that's supposed to set history. Oh, okay. Well, maybe he'll be the next Tom Brady. See, that corner has a multiplex there. That's basically a small apartment building, and then behind it is the laneway house. That's the laneway house where they could have at least 1 unit. They may even have 2 small units in there. It's probably 1 unit. And then they have probably 4 units in that building there. So that's probably a 5-unit corner lot right there. I'm actually going to be getting my real estate license. Well, I'm going to be going for the licensing exam soon, later this month. But I think I would rather do commercial real estate rather than residential, but I can do both, kind of. I mean, you're licensed to do both. Derek Chow and Boris are in the house. Let me know if there's some buffering going on. It says weak connection. I don't know if it's buffering or not. Looks like it went away. Actually, if you guys want to find out how much an average house costs, you can look it up right here. Although this looks like a pretty big house, but it's for sale. Edith Chan from Remax. And the address is 1155 Renfrew. R-E-N-F-R-E-W. 1155 Renfrew, if you want to look that up. No buffering? Okay. Thank you, Dutch. I don't know why it's saying that on my phone. I switched to a different SIM card. Thanks, Medano. Let's see if that works. This one is also for sale. $12.59 Renfrew. $12.59 Renfrew. This is sold. This one was sold by Manny Ball from Angel and Hassman. Okay, so you guys are both getting a little bit of buffering, but let's see if this SIM card works better. Seems okay now? Okay. This style of home is called a Vancouver Special. We've got Flick Hunter in the house. Welcome, Flick Hunter. Lots of Seahawks fans. I saw one guy wearing a jersey already walk by. There are lots of Seahawks fans out here. There's I was mentioning earlier like how it's like Buffalo, you know, how a lot of people like Buffalo in Toronto. There's a very picturesque street with gorgeous trees but have no leaves right now. $11.55 rent-through, 8 bedrooms. $11.55 rent-through, 8 bedrooms. 3,285 square feet, asking 2.9. Okay. 8 bedrooms, that's a big house. I feel like that's more than one house. It probably has like a grandparent's suite type thing in the basement, which probably has 2 bedrooms. And so that's why it totals 8 bedrooms. It probably has a basement suite that's probably separate too, that you could probably rent to someone if you want, because it's probably got its own entrance. Or it could also have a laneway house, which would be included in the total, because I don't think they would mention the laneway house separately necessarily. In the description of the listing they would. Some stuttering? Alright, well, maybe this street will be a little bit better. Tony Lagos. Hi, my friend. How are you? Enjoying the lovely walk in Vancouver. Have a beautiful coffee. Welcome, Tony Lagos. Okay, thanks, Manano. The signal thing is still coming up, but I don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of coming back and coming and going. We've got Hidden Jackpots with us. Welcome, Adam. How you doing, my man? Yes, nice mild 10 degrees Celsius. You wish it was 10, I'll bet. I heard it's very, very cold in the Toronto area. This is called Clinton Park. Beautiful view of the Coast Mountains. 82 degrees in Phoenix. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Supposed to get to 3 degrees next week. You know, I would liken the weather here in Vancouver. I would say that in Vancouver, the month of January is kind of similar to the month of March in Ontario. And so far, February feels like it's similar to April in Ontario. So basically, January and February here are like March and April in Ontario.
Oh,
Sorry, sir. Yeah, it's basically spring here. It's basically spring here. Feels like those early April days when it's sort of it's about to turn into spring in Ontario. We had a lot of rain this winter though, up until even yesterday it rained quite a bit. I don't think it's going to be stopping anytime soon. But it's not quite 6 days a week anymore, now it's more like 4 days a week. We have Jesse a ghost. It's deep freeze in Toronto. I know, I saw some of the live streams today how cold it is. Definitely stay warm there in Toronto, Jesse. Welcome, Jesse. It's interesting to see the landscape grass so green. It is very green here. Even in the winter, like it's many of the trees have obviously lost their leaves, but the green grass is, it has rained so much this winter that if it wasn't green, then there would be something wrong. Looks like that might have been a flight attendant making her way to the airport or something, who knows? Hey, how you doing?
Just kidding.
Afternoon, Robert, and all looks like beautiful winter day over there. Hey, Pine Sol and BBD, the LRT is open. Yes, it is a gorgeous day here. I was saying to Hidden Jackpots, it feels like a spring day would in Ontario. Nice 10 degrees, sunny after many months of rain that we've had. I don't think it's going to be stopping anytime soon, but today is a respite. Yeah, I saw some of those videos about the LRT. Yoshi and Sapan went live, I believe. How's the adjusting to familiarity of Canada going so far? It's not too much of an adjustment. I grew up in Canada. I didn't grow up in Vancouver, but it's all pretty much the same. This weather here is nothing like I've ever experienced, where it rains so much in the winter, but it doesn't snow. Because in San Francisco it rains, but not that much. They'll have bursts of heavy rain once in a while. You love seeing the mountains, I know, right? Especially on a nice sunny day. They're just fully covered with trees all the way to the top. Except for maybe some ski lift that got carved out, or some ski run. Do I prefer Vancouver or San Francisco? I liked living in San Francisco. It was pretty cool. I feel like it's more interesting. And there's more going on in San Francisco in terms of technology, jobs, and all that kind of stuff, and innovation, and just a lot of great minds and interesting people seem to congregate in San Francisco. It's always had that place, this feel where everyone wants to flock to. People flock here too, but it's more just to relax, not really to conquer the world like in San Francisco, you know what I mean? About it because I love music history. I think the history of rock and roll is a very awesome historical genre, and a lot of it was there. We've got basketball maven. Vancouver is not like Toronto. No. Every city's different. Toronto is just really, really big. Like on a normal street like this in Toronto, you'd have thousands of cars. You wouldn't even be able to hear yourself think. They'd all be honking, and God knows where they're going. And God knows where they even came from. How did there end up so many people over there? Where do these people come from? Thanks a lot for the rain you sent our way. Oh yeah, well, you also live in a very rainy part of the world. You guys have nice weather in Portland too today, or you did? Or not Portland, but Oregon City. Yeah, right, hidden jackpots when it comes to the Toronto traffic. Niagara Falls isn't so bad. They've got a lot of tourists though. But I feel like the traffic in Niagara Falls isn't so bad. Maybe a lot of the tourists, they just take public transportation. They take a bus or something to Niagara Falls. I've seen you drive around Niagara Falls a lot, and there's not like a ridiculous amount of traffic. Not many tourists at the moment, no. But Lisa's there, right? And you guys got to see the frozen Niagara Falls. Oh, nice. Hey, what's up, Lisa? Traffic isn't bad there even in the summer. Yeah, I noticed, like, even when in the summer when you drive around, it's not probably not a lot of people drive to Niagara Falls. They just fly into Toronto from wherever they're coming from around the world and then just take a bus or something. Maybe they even fly into Buffalo. Niagara Falls could probably have its own airport unless it already does. I don't recall. To make it more convenient for all the tourists. And we have Israel Morales. Welcome, Israel. How you doing, amigo? I still got to make my way down to Mexico. You can fly to Mexico pretty cheap from Vancouver now. They've got Flair Airlines. It goes directly to Mexico City and Guadalajara. Just had an earthquake. Oh wow, hope you're all right there, Israel. Was it a big earthquake or just a small one? Adam says we have a small airport in Niagara on the lake. They will be expanding. Oh, okay. We've got first last in the house. Hello, look at the west coast being dry. Yes. Maybe we'll make our way to Tim Hortons. What do you think of that? This is East Hastings Street. There's at least 4 of these little grocery shops here in this Hastings Sunrise neighborhood, so a lot of options for food. There's a good number of bakeries too. There's Hong Kong Bakery across the street. There's the Tall Shadow Bakery right here. Yes, Timmy's, you'll take a 1 by 1. I take a double. I like to go hard on the cream and sugar, bro. That place at the corner I had the other day, it's called Le Pho Vietnamese. I didn't really have I had a Vietnamese food, but it was like, it tasted more, it wasn't really an Asian tasting dish. It was beef stew. It's toasted bread. It was almost more like just an American type of dish, but man, it was good. Oh man. The beef was so tender. The stew was delicious. The bread was so tasty you could dip it right in the stew. And actually, I don't know, maybe a lot of the Vietnamese places serve that, because that's the second place I went to that had an amazing beef stew. Because to be honest with you, I can't eat a big bowl of pho, man. All those noodles, man, it's too much. Speaking of pho, here's another pho place. This is called Pho U. For a sec, I thought you were referring to In and Out when I said double. Oh yeah, of course. Of course, in the States, if you say double double, well, in California, you're referring to a double cheeseburger from In-N-Out. But in Canada means 2 cream, 2 sugar, and a little bit of coffee. Another channel you watch grabs a 4x4. Okay, well, that's just insane. Whoever's pouring that, I guarantee the people at Tim Hortons are like grossed out or at least laughing their ass off when someone orders a 4x4, man. That's just, you might as well just like take spoonfuls of sugar and just toss them down your throat. Cool guy to have such a loud exhaust. What a cool guy, eh? No, I'm not judging anybody. You can eat whatever the hell you want. It just sounds pretty gross to me to have that much. Pho and ramen are such delicious comfort foods on a cold, brutal winter. I'll give you that. Pho, ramen, and to be honest with you, any type of soup or stew. Like a nice bowl of wonton soup. Oh, man. Yeah, there's certain foods people eat when it's hot out, when it's cold out, and even when it's hot out. Like when it's hot, it's much more appropriate to have like a barbecue, right? Mike Landry was here. You're judging 4 by her and your teeth hurt. I know, right? Yes, that's what people say about you, First Last. Absolutely. You're a super cool guy for having that. Why would you get a loud exhaust if you didn't want people to think you were cool, right? That's the reason. Surely you don't want to blow your own ears off every day, do you? It's probably louder inside the car than it is outside the car. A guy with a Seahawks jersey. What time's the game start? I believe it was always around 6:30 Eastern time. When I used to watch sports, that's what it was, I remember. Now I don't even know who's in the Super Bowl unless a Dutchman tells me. worker has an extra LG 2x4. What part of Vancouver is this, says Steel Israel? This is called the Hastings Sunrise neighborhood. This is East Hastings Street, the corner of Caslow. The neighborhood goes from East Hastings and Victoria to Renfrew. It's a very walkable area. There's lots of commercial activity here, and it's not the part of East Hastings where they have heavy amounts of debauchery, let's just say. That you got to go a little bit closer to the city, to the downtown core. We're on the eastern part of the city now. If I were to walk about another mile, would be in Burnaby. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to Tim Hortons because I already have a leg cramp after 1 hour. Adam says I keep forgetting his bike. I had no idea, man. Me today, go sports, yeah. I believe Bad Bunny is playing in a halftime show, right? Bad Bunny. I could wait in line, or I could just order it on my phone. Maybe that's easier rather than spook all. Plus, we might not get good signal in there, so let's just order it on my phone. It's Bad Bunny. I don't know any songs by Mr. Bad Bunny. I don't know any songs by Mr. Bad Bunny. Israel says Bad Bunny. Do you know who Bad Bunny is? And we have Joao Milani saying hello, save for Paula Ambuzado. Okay, thank you, Joao. I believe that's how you pronounce that name. It's the Portuguese version of John, I believe. I don't understand Bad Bunny. I don't understand him either, Israel. I believe he is a rapper. Is it rap music that he sings, or is it some sort of other music? I don't even know. I can kind of see what I ordered: a small coffee and 10 Timbits. I'm like, let's get 10 Timbits while we're at it. Brentstone says, ooh, Timbits. Yes. Gotta love the Timbits. Yes, thank you. I'm doing YouTube live stream. Let's have a seat on this very convenient bench right here. What are Timbits? Timbits are donut holes. Also known as donut holes. You guys know what donut holes are. They're you know how there's always a hole in the donut? Well, the Timbit is the part that they pull out, the little hole in the donut. Hang on one sec, guys. I'm just gonna mute for a sec. Hope everyone is enjoying their beautiful Sunday. Well, it's beautiful here. I don't know where it is you, but have an excellent week coming up too, guys. Make sure you have an excellent week. We're gonna have a little break here before we head home. I already have a leg cramp, so I'm not gonna be able to go for very much longer, but thankfully I live nearby. This is my local Tim Hortons. So we'll start with the double, 2 cream, 2 sugar.
Huh?
Very good. Perfect. I'm gonna show you guys what donut holes they gave me here. $404 not found. How you doing, my man? These are the famous Timbits. Let's try one. Still like I remember them when I was a kid. I've eaten a lot of these in my life. I forget what Dunkin' Donuts calls them. Is it Munchkins? And then we've got the honey dip. Honey dip. And then look what they did here. They gave us a little mini Timbit. Look how small this Timbit is. It's probably hard to tell, but they gave me a mini Timbit. They give me a little mini Timbit. Let's try this little mini Timbit. Not bad. Dunkin' Donuts calls them Munchkins, right? I never really was a big fan of Dunkin' Donuts. I never drank a lot of Dunkin' Donuts in the States. Shrinkflation, says Mark Bass. Yes. What's up, Mark? In the States, if I really wanted a coffee, I would just go to McDonald's most of the time. I basically always lived pretty close to a McDonald's when I was living in both Cambridge and South San Francisco. There was a McDonald's that was a 5-minute walk away from me. All the fast food places actually have pretty good coffee, not just in my opinion. I mean, some people might disagree, but you could also go to Starbucks if you want, right there, right across the street. But if I see a Starbucks and a Timmy's, I'm taking Timmy's every time. I know that might sound controversial, but I like that old school office coffee taste. Nice day to just sit and relax after so much rain we've had this winter. Yes, thank you, 404. We try to just have a chill live stream here. This is Vancouver, you know. It's when you say Vancouver, the one word that comes to mind, in my opinion, is chill. You know, it's just chill there. Like, you don't, it's not overly exciting. It's not overly like intense out here, you know, it's just chill. No Tim Hortons in Michigan, AFAI, as far as you know. I thought there was some by the border, but I could be wrong. There is Tim Hortons in New York State, along the highway 93, as you are making your way towards Canada and from Canada. But Michigan, I'm not sure. For some reason I thought there might be one or two over by the border, but I could be wrong. At least you don't get pressed at this Tim Hortons for film. I know, this Tim Hortons is the best. This is my local Timmy's. The people here are awesome. The service is really good, and you never get hassled for filming. The one over by Commercial where I got hassled, that is the worst Tim Hortons in the city. Not just because of that. Like, that's no big deal that I got hassled there. But they take so long to get you your food and your drinks. It is ridiculous. You'll order a small coffee and you'll be waiting 5, 6, 7 minutes to get that coffee. I mean, now, given they're understaffed and that's a really, really, really busy area, but they got to do something about that. They got to hire more staff or whatever. But like, my friend lives over there and he hates that Tim Hortons. This one's awesome. This neighborhood is great. Like, there's good customer service here. There's not a lot of creepy folks here. This is and there's tons of stores, and I've had really good lunches here. I had lunch at Laksa King, which is Malaysian food. I had something called beef rendang. Then a couple days ago I had the beef stew at Le Faux. And then last week I had tacos at Taco Fino. And now these are expensive tacos, okay? It's $8.50 for one taco, but they're big. They're like, you know, half a burrito. Most people get two, but they were so tasty, man. I got the fish tacos. It had like delicious chunks of fried cod or haddock. I'm not sure what it was, but it was really, really good fried fish in there. And all those flavors and sauces and vegetables and everything they had on the taco was awesome. And same with the chicken taco. Really nicely fried chicken tenders. Totally worth the $8.50 a taco. I know it's expensive, but it was worth it. Yeah, I know 404. The people over at that Tim Hortons, they've given up because so many people go in there, so many weirdos go in there, it's like super busy, really, really, really busy area. And they're understaffed, and like, they've always got a long lineup of like 10 people. It's like, so yeah, good luck with that one. And then they get mad at me for recording. It wasn't even them that got mad. It was actually a lady in line that got mad. And she started yelling at me. And something similar happened in Toronto when I was at a Tim Hortons. When I went like to Henry's Triple T meetup a couple years ago in Toronto at Tim Hortons on Queen Street, some lady got mad at me for filming. It's like, what do you even care? My camera wasn't even pointed at her. Like, no one even saw her until she started yelling at me from behind. We have Pedro Hoffman. How are you? I'm Brazilian. What's the temperature right now in Vancouver? Welcome, Pedro. Temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. So it's mild. And it's sunny. And we're drying out from a very long winter, but I do believe there's going to be more rain this week. Picard, engage, 54241. People are triggered so easily. I know, like, what do you care if someone's recording? You know how many cameras there are? You know how many cameras there are everywhere? You think you can walk down Commercial Drive and not be recorded? You think my viewers even give a shit if they see you on camera? It's not like you're Taylor Swift or something, okay? I mean, oh, you can't record me. Why? Who are you? What makes you so special? The state of Maine has Tim Hortons throughout the state. Is that right, Mike? I never made it to Maine. I've never been to Maine. That's one state I've never been to. But I went to all the other New England states. I lived in Massachusetts and I visited New Hampshire, Vermont, Connecticut. I drove through Connecticut before. I went to Rhode Island before, Newport, Rhode Island. That was a fun weekend when I went to Newport, Rhode Island. I went a couple times actually to Newport, Rhode Island. That was fun. I remember I was dating a girl that went to college at Newport, Rhode Island. The only time I remembered you getting hassled in San Francisco was in the sketchy neighborhoods. Well, I also got hassled in a very, very, very ultra-rich neighborhood known as Presidio Heights. You can hear a Tesla in the background. Oh yeah, because it, there it is. It makes that sound, right, when it's parking. That coffee really hit the spot. I will save the rest of the Timbits for later. 3 or 4 at a time is all I'm gonna eat. This is a very popular liquor store, High Point Liquors. You remember Presidio Heights, going back and forth with that guy, yeah. That was probably a bit much, but whatever. Indian Village Eatery. I haven't tried this place, but I don't know. I feel like I already make pretty good Indian food, so I don't know if I even want to bother going to an Indian restaurant. I'd rather go to something where I don't know how to make that food. I'm walking around recording. No, I'm not recording people. I'm recording the street. What's your problem, man?
You.
Why? I can't record? It's a free country.
What about your business before you get hurt?
Before I get hurt, who's gonna hurt me? You, bro?
Before you get hurt, buddy.
Asshole. There you go, guys. We brought up a dingus and we ran into one. Who the fuck does that guy think he is? Before I get hurt. What a fuck face. I should report him to the cops for threatening me. Oh, thank you, 404. Appreciate it, my friend. We've got the iPhone 15 now, and it does a pretty good job. Can I do a shout out to Paula Vadado? Paula, welcome, Paula. This isn't the sketchy part of town. This is a fine part of town. I don't know what that guy's problem was. He's a piece of shit. You just can't take anything from these people. Always yell back at them. You remember last year when I visited New York? Yes. Yeah, I could tell he was an idiot just by when he walked back. I've never seen anyone like that in Vancouver. That guy was... That's not how most people in Vancouver are like. That guy was the opposite of Vancouver. You just found a non-mother guy. Relax. I don't know what that means, Joelle. I would say most people are definitely friendlier, Mike, but you know, there's always angry assholes walking around. God knows where they came from. That's not your typical Vancouver guy right there, I'll tell you that much. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the live stream. And a beautiful day here in Vancouver. We walked all around East Van, grabbed ourselves a coffee, and had a dingus encounter to end it. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining the live stream. Thanks to the mods. And please remember to like and subscribe. Hit those notifications to all. And make sure you have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful, great week next week to everyone. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a good day. And we'll see you on the next live stream. Bye for now.